What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Shattered Tabletop Gaming. Tonight we are playing Shattered Dawn, our flagship RPG created right here by the brilliant minds of Shattered Tabletop Gaming. We're making some little changes here and there, getting ready for a new edition to come out. We're trying out a new spell casting system, some other crazy things that we're working on. But welcome. We're so glad to have you here. And I'm joined by this amazing cast of creatives who are going to regale you with a Time of Wheels-esque game tonight. You know, copyright and TM and all that good stuff. Before we dive into the game, I'd like to take a second to go around the table and let everybody talk about themselves, their character, what they got going on, you know, pretty much whatever they want. And then we'll get things rolling. So first, I'm going to pass it over to my good friend Mike.
Hey, I'm Mike, also known as Super Gets in some places on the internet. I play Seamus McPherson, the Wolf Lord. He's a warrior slash druidic kind of nature powered guy. He's a enigma. But yeah, you can also catch me over on Mastery of Nord, hopefully one day Dark Domains and Magical Miss. Oh, and I'm on Mostly Bad Ideas with a D&D campaign over there too, but it's been on hiatus for a little while. Back to you, Ray.
Well, thank you. And don't forget that you can catch Mike as the amazing storyteller for our Call of Cthulhu game, which right now is set in the Wild West, and it has been just insane to say the least. Lots of twists and turns, crazy story going on. Definitely lots of jokes. I think I joke to try and bring it out of the seriousness of it, because it's creepy stuff. So I combat that with laughter. With that being said, I'm going to pass it over to Juniper.
Which is me. I'm Juniper. I'm Linen and Spice, most places on the internet. Aside from playing on Shattered Tabletop Gaming on quite a few Sundays, and also in that lovely Call of Cthulhu game on a Friday once a month, you can find me playing quite a bit over on Mastery of Nord's Twitch channel, and I'll stick my link tree in the thing if it's not already, if you want to find out what games I'm in. Oh, thanks, Tofu, you're all over it. Tonight I'm playing Celeste, who is a Norethel, so think High Elf. She's a caster. She has an invisible disability. Her hands don't always work properly, even though you can't really see that from the outside. But yeah, she leans heavily into the magic side of things. How about I pass it down left to right? Let's go down to Lord of Sausages down there.
Playing Chosen tonight, Jordan is. Hi. Just a happy little May the 4th for those of you in the current time zone, and Revenge of the 5th for those of you like Juniper that lives in the future. But yeah, I play a much it's the right word, character who takes himself much more seriously than he should. So obviously I've got to juxtapose that by being just ridiculous. So
and that totally works.
I'm back to staring.
Back to staring. All right. So I'm going to pass it over to Nerd Love.
Hi, I'm Nerd Love. If you want to come find me in real life in person, there is a mermaid convention in California coming up real soon. May 16th, I'll be at the Mermaid Promenade in Old Town Sacramento, California. That is a free event. And then Saturday and Sunday, May 17th and 18th, I'll be at the convention and the Bubble Ball. So if you find me there, we can take a picture. We can do silly things. I might even give you a seashell. As far as this game goes, I play Livy, or Livy Ethan, a giant sea snake traveling the world looking for herbs, who's just gotten dragged along in this crazy adventure and has made some wonderful friends along the way. And just don't drink the poisons. And I'll pass it over to the person who's going to drink the poisons.
Well,
It's
then
not
maybe
wrong.
you shouldn't be making the poisons be so tasty. They taste like candy.
It tastes like candy? Oh,
The
no.
strawberry flavored one is my favorite. But that would be me, Talia, also known as Tofu Chipmunk, not the princess. And you will find me.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
You'll find me playing several games here, especially this week. Tomorrow, you're gonna see me as in Glimmering Pines, which is hosted by G9 from Magical Mist. I also play on Maestria and Nord. There's going to be a new game that we're starting on Wednesday, so see you guys there. Also, I get to play a romantic cactus on the Wild Sea, also here on Shattered Tabletop in next weekend. So yeah, I'm here around and about, and then I support everybody else that plays their games and their channels. And when I say support, I mean things like using channel points to create messy roles in Mystery and Nord's Vampire the Masquerade campaign, where everybody has to make really messy rolls, and I'm still really proud of that one because that was a
That
hit
off
and
a
run.
hell of a chain reaction.
That one was a
Messy
hit
roll
and
after
run. I dropped that, and then I had to run off to go to bed. So
Tofu dropped that right after or right before we went to break at the middle of the session. We spent the entire second half of the session trying to deal with the consequences of it, and we still haven't finished. We're going to a part 2 because we still haven't finished dealing with the consequences.
and that's what you get when you get tofu.
That's a tofu.
Nothing
The
like a
tofu
little.
itself may be nice and plain, but not the tofu.
Nothing like a little redeem and run.
Mhm.
And-
I think Meg's immediately made that redeem worth like 10 times as much now. So you have to spend a lot more channel points on that particular redeem.
So
But
good.
also, I mean, one last thing before I send it back to Ray. I am so chaotic that now Lennon has like actually go tofu automatically, no matter who it is. And I'm so proud of that because even if it's not me, I'm like, yes, I could have done that.
It's the tofu energy, even if it's not the actual tofu.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Gosh, how many years of early Shattered was just make my monster grow tofu?
It was like Tofu's favorite redeem.
Oh my gosh,
we
it's one
had
of my favorites.
literally with the Rita Repulsa tofu picture made.
Yep.
Yes, that's why. Yep. And then Dark Domain RPGs has one where there's 3 different levels, 3 or 4. I think it's just 3. Where you can make your monster grow, you can make your monster really grow, or you can make your monster super grow. I'm saving my channel points up for the super grow.
Oh, no.
Is there a make your monster a
Oh,
shower?
no.
I love
Says the
it.
Lord of Sausages. Well done.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there you go. Like, I have so much fun. So if you guys come around, you can, lurk around, save up some channel points, and then have fun with me in the channel points. There's lots of stuff to redeem.
Yeah.
Now back to you, Ray.
Oh, all right. Well, thank you. I'm Art Master Ray. I do most of the DMing here on Shattered Tabletop Gaming. Speaking of channel point redeems, make sure to check out the ones that we have for our channel. There's a lot of craziness that happens in there. There's like making people talk like Gordon Ramsay for a while. There's like a whole potency flux table, which is like wild magic that goes hard. It really goes hard.
I see a new bad jokes one. Wouldn't if someone did that to me, wouldn't it just be normal?
Probably so.
I feel like nothing would change.
I do want to take a quick second here to talk about some of our other collaborators that aren't part of this show, but they do some awesome things. So I definitely want to give a shout out to Magical Miss. G9 does a great job with Glimmering Pines. That's a game I'm part of. We've got Mama Khalik, who does Maestria Nord, which we kind of talked about. I'm in a lot of games over there. And we'll be starting up a punk Blades in the Dark game on Wednesday over. Yeah, that's going to be over on their server. We also hang out with Ryan for Dark Domain RPGs, and I'm going to be in a Halo one-shot coming up in June. So that's going to be fun. We also have some new friends that are designing a game of their own creation called Lorefell. That one's pretty wild. Got some good stuff with that one. We did a one-shot with them, and that's crazy, the level of customizing you can do with that.
So you're playing in a Halo one shot?
Yep.
Would that make you Arc Master Chief?
Ooh,
Oh,
I like it. I like that name. We are coming up. We're about 10 days out from the 15th of the month, and every 15th of the month, we do a prize drawing here on STG. For any subscriber, you get automatically entered into it, and I'll randomly draw a name based off of the subscriber list, and if you win, you will get 2 sets of polyhedral dice, 2 holographic stickers, 2 regular STG stickers, and a small sampler pouch, bag, whatever you want to call it, of tea from the Healing Wish Tea House. Finally, and lastly, but not leastly, Tofu just posted it in our Twitch chat. We have a brand new emote based off of one of the most common sayings around here, mainly directed at June, which is, write that down! Write that down! So,
Nice. Oh, I didn't know that
Tofu-
existed. Oh, that's amazing.
Tofu got that done. We added it today. That is something for the subscribers that you get access to. So super awesome to have that. All right. With all that out of the way, what say you we jump into this game? Yes?
Eventually.
So we kind of talked about a recap in the pre-stream. And y'all pretty much nailed it. You had gone through the Ara Gate from, oh my gosh, what was the name of that city? The major city.
Aelin, is it?
Aluin, yes. You went from Aluin to try and teleport to the city of Rockheim, which is in Rykim, the city of Rykim. When you got through the portal, you were met with very large, mean, mutated vines caused by the darkness that is Lamkai. After clearing your way through that with some NPCs that are tagging along under the leadership of Celeste, all being from the College of Collardeer as well, you came across a small town in which a large invading army had captured the villagers and forcing them to swear fealty to this invading army. After one of them politely declined and spat on their shoes, they were immediately dispatched, and that is where we ended our session. Therefore, we start with all of you hanging out safely. You're like on the grassy knoll looking down upon all of this. So you all are all safe.
We're the second shooter.
oh no.
Yeah.
One of the casters from the school turns to Celeste and is like,
Oh.
do we take them?
Chosen just gets his sword out.
I don't know if we can. There's so many. above the table, there was like, I think you said last time there was like 99 of them or some ridiculous number of guards.
Yeah,
or something.
there was
like-
a ridiculous amount. I'll say there's
Yep.
100 of them. Like
100 of them.
100.
We can't take them. There's too many.
I mean,
I-
not with that attitude.
I mean, if you want to try it, to your funeral, but I wouldn't recommend it. Perhaps we can talk to them. Libby, did you have an idea?
How many channelers are with us now, Ray? Just trying to remember how many were with us.
Oh, 10 total.
I know a
We
couple
had
girls came with us.
five casters and their magisters, so 10 total we had.
So we're 15 strong, so that means we each need to kill at least.
Can you all cast together and do
the numbers are all
that storm thing that they did back at
Chosen's
the
trying
school?
to count on the possum, like get that they're pooling their fingers together to try and do this math right now.
Oh my god.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so if you
So, assuming that we don't engage, do we see like another path to take to like
7?
around us or around them that we could avoid them?
you can absolutely take a less traveled route and get around them.
We just have to kill like 6.5 people each. That's not like too much, is it?
I think your math is off.
6.5.
Well, there's 15 of us. I mean, I didn't count the possums. I guess I could give them a few if you can't.
Well, here's the thing. There's the person, because there was one off the table. There was a person like with a veil on their face being carried in on like a litter.
Yep.
Do any of us, like, is there something we can roll as to whether or not we recognize like the outfit, any symbology on the thing, like to figure out what's going on here?
Ooh. Or could we check for a vibe on if they're giving off like a high level of potency or something?
That's a good thing too. Yeah, potency vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, you're all very welcome to do that. You can roll potency check. Yeah, a vibe check. Yeah.
So I got a 137. How are the vibes?
Potency.
Chilly.
I'm adding 100 potency into this for a 172.
Well, everybody else, I just added nothing. Oh, why didn't it work? What did I do wrong?
I'm not checking. I'm just gonna go into stealth mode.
That's smart.
All right.
While you're in stealth mode, I'm sure you're going to come up with a vibe check command.
Hashtag vibe check.
By the end of the night, we're going to be able to just do a hashtag vibe or exclamation vibe. It'll be like the vibes are good. Bad vibes. Bad vibes.
The vibes are vibing. So
I got
Celeste,
a
what did you
9.
get? I'm sorry.
I got a rock.
Celeste, what did you roll?
Oh, 172.
Okay, and Chosen, you said it was 130.
37.
7. And Livy with rock. Okay.
I got 9, yeah. Get the bad one out of the way.
Seamus, did you roll anything?
No.
Okay. So with your pretty decent rolls there, it's one of those like, oh, I think I kind of, sort of, maybe have read something about this. But they appear to be wearing, like with the description that I gave last time of their armor and things like that, it matches up with some old texts from like libraries and things like that. They match the description of the 14th hero that essentially traveled east after the fall of Lamkai, and they started sealing away the 13 lieutenants that follow Nathaniel and all that. There was a 14th, but the 14th managed to escape. All anybody knew was that the 14th headed east, swore vengeance, and that they would return. But it's been a very, very long time. Everyone presumes that hero is long gone, because the other ones, the other 13, are only still around because they've been sealed away. So the 14th probably died and was reincarnated several times over by now.
Okay, guys, I've got some good news or bad news. Which do you want first?
Well, this is more for you, Chosen, because you specifically said you were looking for potency. The leader of them all, who sits on this litter, on the pyramid, has no potency at all. Is not radiating any level of magic whatsoever. All of the guards that are dressed very think martial arts style karate-gi kind of stuff going on, like kind of ninja style. All of them have very minimal amounts, but they do have potency. It's just very minimal. What does catch your attention, however, is mixed in these ranks. There are some of them who are accompanied very much like the casters here with you and the magisters. They are accompanied by women who are wearing like a gold half breastplate, and the ones that are next to them, dressed ninja style, all have a golden gauntlet. The ones wearing the breastplate are glowing with potency. Like
These motherfuckers.
They are very much potent spellcasters.
Hey Celeste, did you just pick up the same vibes that I vibed?
I certainly, well, I recognize the 14th hero. What are there other vibes that you're talking about?
She doesn't have any potency. And like the guards barely do too, but those over there, whoa.
Oh gosh, you're right. You don't think
But I mean,
that
doesn't
are using that power, like channeling it from the women, do you?
I don't know, but like I thought everything that was alive had potency. If she's got none,
Does that mean our potency is ineffective against her?
I just thought like zombie, but maybe I don't know.
I was just going for the low-hanging fruit here.
Zombie could be right too. We can't see her. Like we can't really see skin. Hey, it's like all covered by veil and stuff.
Yep.
Yep.
Veil, elaborate dress, like very like nobility, like living it up, showing off money.
Okay, I don't know enough about potency because I've never tried this stuff, but you tell me if I'm wrong here. If someone was being puppeted with magic, would that show up in there? Or are they like weakened at Berniesing this lady?
I mean, I don't understand the last reference that you just said, but I do know that when we I think this was just before you joined our group. Actually, we fought this giant cephalopod octopus type creature that had these little dead people that it was puppeting, and you could very clearly see the strings of potency connecting the creatures. So I would imagine if there was that kind of thing going on, you should be able to see. That would be my assumption. I can't swear on that, but that's my assumption.
Okay. If we survive this, let me remind you. Just remind me to tell you about Master Bernie. It was a wild story. It actually happened twice, if you could believe it.
I'll try and remember.
I forgot there was a sequel.
Mm-hmm. And the sequel is crazier.
Wasn't he like voodooed?
He was voodoo possessed to completely come alive and dance to reggae music.
Oh god.
Oh, the 90s.
Do we have Ray back? Oh, Ray kind of dropped out there for a sec.
Oh, did
I
he
broke
freeze?
him.
Oh, there he goes.
We need to weekend at Bernie's Ray for the rest of the episode.
We
can't bump
pretend to
him,
be
but-
Ray. What is it? There's
Ray.
that one play that's like the play that goes wrong. Where
Mm,
everything we do the campaign that goes wrong.
yes.
We're getting there. We're getting there.
So what do we do?
Go
Are
ahead,
we-
Seamus.
What's the plan here?
Ooh, I do have one question to help contribute. The reading, I guess the power level reading to go full chosen with this that I'm getting off of their mages, how does that compare to Celeste and the college mages?
So they look like they have quite a bit more training.
Okay, so this
so-
is if this is where you guys are
So-
at.
Yeah. It's kind of like they're just more trained and more prepared, whereas Celeste kind of has a lot of raw power that hasn't really been focused yet.
Oh, Celeste is
your
freshmen.
cronies-
and those guys are grad students.
Right. Your cronies have a lot of training, but not a whole lot of potency. Like they've
Okay.
got enough that they can get by, but they're not quite as powerful.
So the read that I'm picking up is if we fought, their guys are going to be a lot better at killing your guys.
Mm. And there's so many more of them.
Yeah, that is a bit concerning.
I don't know if we can take them on. The best we could hope for is to talk to them, but if this is the 14th hero, I don't know if we'll be able to achieve anything by talking.
Well, aren't they here? Wouldn't they want us dead for being the reincarnations of the actual? I don't think they're going to be a fan of us.
No.
I agree.
Do we have to talk to them, or can we just tiptoe by?
If we tiptoe by, though, we're leaving all those people down there.
Oh crap! I forgot about the people.
What if we create some sort of distraction and try to get the people out?
That might work.
Can the channelers create like a storm, like that lightning storm thing, or was that purely by accident that time that happened?
Oh, you know that time we killed a bunch of people?
Yeah. Was that? Can you do that on purpose?
Yeah. I look at the casters.
Can the stone from the gate help increase it?
We can't, but Celeste probably could. And we'll link up. We can offer our potency.
You could use me like a battery too, I guess.
Or the another potential way to do this, and I don't know which way is more effective, is if I channel my potency into you because you have the training to be able to wield it, or do you think it's better the other way around?
I just realized you were talking to them. Thank God.
Yeah, that's justified.
For a second, I'm like, I am not the man for this mission, and then it literally clicked into place.
Sorry, should have specified.
Wait, I have a dumb idea.
Oh no.
We're in the desert, right? Could we create our own sandstorm to totally blind them and sneak the people away?
Oh, that's clever.
But then there's also the possibility that if I can tell where they are, that they could probably do the same thing and figure out where we are.
Mm.
Unless it looks real natural. I don't know how much magic sand looks like, so I can't speak to it.
Why would we need magic sand? Can we move real sand?
You just want to just get a handful of sand and throw it at him?
I mean, it concerns me that if we suddenly create massive weather events out of nowhere, they're going to know. You know, they're going to know it's unnatural. What is the weather like right
pick up
now?
in the desert?
The weather here is there is quite a bit of sand. It's pretty dry in this area. The weather itself is overcast, kind of not quite rain clouds, but they're building up to it. They're like kind of darker on the bottom, like they're collecting the water. The wind is breezy. It's not like a gust, but it's, you know, you can feel it kind of breezing through.
Mm-hmm.
Seamus, you had an idea you were about to pitch. What were you going to say?
The only thing Seamus said was, "What's the plan?" I didn't have a plan. My plan was go down there with the axe and take as many of them with me as I could. But
You think they'd freak out if they saw a giant wolf?
Celeste said that wasn't a good idea. So I'm with her. She's smart.
I just think there's too many of them to directly take on. If we are going to do something, we need to be smart about it, I think.
So
Dahlia,
we need to
do
be
you-
sneaky.
idea?
Yeah.
Dahlia's asked.
I was going to
Any
say,
ideas?
who's sneaky?
If you had to steal, okay, Dolly, if you had to steal from the people without getting caught, what would you do?
That's why I don't get caught, because I don't steal when I don't need to. And this is a don't need to situation.
But if we don't steal the people, they will die.
And I'm sorry if they're gonna die, but then we are gonna die with them. And that's not gonna help anybody.
So you're
Dolly,
saying
what
we
you-
gotta
We gotta
wait.
like, level up, and we gotta grind a little bit.
Let's go kill boars in the forest until we...
Yep.
We're just gonna so just keep fighting them until it works. That's what I'm hearing.
I mean, if they keep collecting all those young girls and using them, all those young girls down there, and use them as batteries, then they're leveling up too. So then we're just gonna keep being behind them.
The thing
Gotta move
is,
a little bit faster than just sitting around and discussing.
we're trying to. The original reason we came here was to try and rescue Mother Dextrapose from Nathaniel, right? So that is also going on at the same time. So the more we dally here, the worse it's going to get for her, probably.
Yeah, I mean, she might have ideas of what we can do. And then there's also, we still got to get the rest of the staff for Celeste so that she can be all like, pow pow! And, be stronger with it. And then we can take on, maybe 50 of these guys. I mean, by that time, that's better odds than now. And I don't even do math.
The other thing is, can I do my educated guess is that the girls are being used as batteries, basically. Is this against their will, or have they been brainwashed or charmed into serving deliberately? Do you know what I mean? If we manage to free them, would they convert to our side is kind of what I want to know.
It is very hard to tell that at this juncture.
Are they
Okay.
in chains?
They're not chained up. They're just They're like standing at like military attention next to the people with the bracers.
Okay.
How many of them specifically were there?
Of them, there are. I'll say there's equal amounts of everybody. Well, equal-ish. So I said there was 100. So there's like, we'll say 60 of the normal, like just sword or fisticuffs peoples. That leaves 40. So you're looking at 20 casters and 20 of the people with bracers.
I don't think even if we could surprise attack them, I don't think we could take them all out before they could retaliate.
I agree.
Yeah, I was suggesting we create a distraction. They have everyone in the town dragged out here to the front. So if we make it look like something's happening
So
to draw their attention, make less people here in the front, maybe we can get the innocent people, the villagers, just out and into the woods or something.
So burn the town to the ground, that's what I'm hearing.
Sure. If
'Cause
that's
then
the
they'll
distraction.
fire.
So, just a quick question for Ray. The area of effect thing. How big of an area of effect can you make an area of effect? And how close together are all these people standing? And like, where are the villagers? Are they all interspersed, or like, what's the deal here?
No, okay. So all the villagers are rounded up nice and neatly, like they're all huddled together. They're kind of surrounded by the melee folks. Mm-hmm. All of the casters are like lined up in a straight line, like to the north of everything, and the litter is off to the east, with the person way up on top. So everybody is kind of compact together. An AoE probably would, it wouldn't be like that hard. It wouldn't need to be like huge or anything. Just like, in mechanical terms, probably like 10 squares.
10 squares would cover all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And while all of you are deciding,
Discussing this.
Uh-oh.
you hear like the sound of a horn blast. The villagers all stand up. All of the casters, like very, military style, they all turn to the side and get ready to march. You see the litter come up off the ground being carried by some of the army. And they begin marching towards Rockheim, the city that you all wanted to or needed to get to. They are taking the actual road.
They're going to get there before we can.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Maybe we just need to overtake them and without being seen and just try and get there first.
Or we just take them.
Jesus.
In the stabbing sense.
Yeah, that didn't help.
They're dragging
murder.
So
you
to clarify, they're dragging. Oh, sorry.
Wait, death or lethal death? Are we talking here?
Right. No, they're not. I mean, they're forcing the villagers to go, but only by killing that one person. The villagers are now.
There we go.
They're following. They're marching along. They don't want to die, so they're basically part of their army now. And you can see that one of the casters standing out front, the one person with the bracer, like puts their hand up, like this, and you see the bracer kind of glow, and the caster in front of her does the same thing, like a few seconds later, and then a spell gets cast. It just kind of like bam, and kind of hits everybody, and it seems like it almost heals them up a little bit. like a lot of the villagers seem a little bit more energized. They get a little more pep in their step, and they start heading pretty quickly.
Oh no.
Hey, magic dudes. I got a question for you guys. I'm assuming our small group could probably maneuver a little bit quicker than them if we're lucky. If we could get ahead of them, could you guys like make a magic time bomb in the middle of the road, like under the road, so that when they go over it, it explodes?
Ooh.
Be careful of the villagers, though.
Well, that's why you do it at the front. There's no way they're letting the villagers walk out front.
We
Yeah, like what's
create
the
an
marching
opportunity
order?
to escape.
I mean, we could try, but I can't
Guerrilla
guarantee,
warfare.
couldn't guarantee it's not going to hit somebody that it shouldn't. I think maybe we should probably just try and maybe we can use some potency to try and make ourselves go faster, kind of like they just did.
You can do that?
We can
Can we-
try.
It's magic. We can do anything, right?
Okay. Let's do that. Let's speed ourselves up and try and get there first.
It's this magic bean called coffee.
Coffee. I mean, there is also another travel form that could be taken that is quite fast that y'all haven't taken in a while. Just throwing that
James,
out there.
Well, I didn't think the 10
How many
other
did
guys
I
could
have?
hop on.
They're not
Seamus?
going to be able to.
Well, we can have some of us riding on Seamus and then kind of artificially speed up the rest.
We could
Or-
ride
or
ahead on
artificially speed up
Seamus, booby trap the main road
Is
to
Seamus
slow them
in
down.
right now?
Seamus, what?
Is Seamus in wolf form right now?
No.
He's gonna have to howl to get into wolf form. That's gonna draw attention.
Do they not have wolves in the desert?
Does it work if you howl quietly?
Oh.
You chose it. In group.
Wait, can we make a cone of silence around him as he howls?
That might be possible. It might take up potency that could be otherwise used for speed, but
I mean, we regenerate that.
Yeah. And it's just for a small group of us to get ahead and slow them down.
all right. Seamus, do you want to do this? I'll cast something around you to silence you if that works.
I'm here to help the group. So if this will help, then I will do it.
I'll try and cone of silence Seamus, I guess.
Okay.
I'm thinking of like Get Smart, and the
Yes.
little thing comes down.
That's what I was thinking too. Alright, do you want me to roll something? Or?
Yep. Just do your potency check, and since this is just a pretty standard spell, your DC is just going to be a 25.
All right. You know what? I'm just going to spend 25 potency, and it probably doesn't matter what I roll. Hey,
But
just do you want me to roll?
That's it. If you just want to spend that, that's fine.
All right. Cool.
Yeah,
I won't roll then.
Yep. You spend your 25. You cast your cone. Seamus, you howl, and you do transform. Yeah, you do transform into your wolf form. Now, something that happens a little bit differently this time. When you transform, you sense nearby. You sense other wolves in the area.
Oh,
Wolf pack, wolf
yes. Wolf pack.
Nice. Like far away or
Like
somewhere behind me, beside me?
they're kind of all over. They're like
Whoa.
in small packs here and there. They're just kind of roaming, patrolling their territories, just doing that normal wolf stuff. But you feel like a connection to them, like a telepathic connection to them, same as you do with your party members.
So I tried to reach out and I guess try to call for them. Like brothers.
The
Oh.
Yeah.
I will.
Well,
Oh.
I don't know if I could just talk to him or if I
Yeah.
had to. Yeah, okay. Brothers, we need you and we need your help. Come to me.
heck yeah! Give me a speechcraft roll.
Oh.
Oh god.
Because Ray's got the crown on, I'm just imagining the head wolf like rocking up wearing a crown. And just like, "Hey, what's up?
Oh woo!
That's it.
Hello?"
Oh.
It's
The woo-woo.
66.
All right, they like 3 or 4 of these packs like stop and kind of turn to look in your direction, like all different.
Oh.
You basically got like a wolf radar going on right now, and they all begin running towards you at full speed.
Heck yeah.
Everybody hears the calling and bailing of wolves. The army does not seem phased by this, but they do pick up their pace. a
Needs
little
the
bit.
cone at all.
They're like, uh-oh,
Seamus,
wolf's coming.
Seamus, is this good? Is this planned? Do we need to worry?
Are we getting puppies?
We are fine. This is my family will help.
Oh, wonderful.
Bursting out of like forested area, some of the twisty vines, some of the bushes, like pretty much from every direction, these huge wolves start appearing. These wolves are specifically native to Rykim, and as such, because the motto of Rykim is might makes right, strength and honor, these wolves are about 4 feet tall at the shoulder.
Oh wow.
Holy fuck.
They're like those like the Burmese mountain dogs, like humongous, no business being that big.
Puppers.
And they're all different colors. There's like some white, there's some rock, just some plain gray, there's some brown, like normal wolf colors. They're just abnormally large.
Did they come out like growling or like what's their demeanor?
No, they all like popped out and kind of looked at each other like, oh, our bad. Like a lot of them seem like they've accidentally come into each other's territory kind of thing.
Oh.
So now they're not growling. They're just like, shit, what do we do? What do we do? Who's going to attack first?
Oh no.
Seamus, you have to tell them about the bad guys.
I just looked at him and I said,
This is your family?
put away the old ways. We need your help to take on the bigger enemy. Set aside your differences.
One of the larger gray ones steps up, and you can see he's got some battle scars. Been through some scraps. And like he steps up and he's like, "We follow, and we obey. What is your wolf name? We will follow you."
Seamus.
Then we are now Pack Seamus.
And I'm Dahlia. Hi. I'm Seamus's best friend. We're besties.
Oh, we understand all this.
There's
I
like
just hear
three.
Seamus's voice in my head, so I just assume.
Right.
Like,
There's
I'm
like
not answering
three.
to them. I'm just like, he goes, I'm Seamus, so I just wanted to go, and I'm Dahlia.
Yeah. There's three of them that are smaller. They're like 2 feet at the shoulder. And they all come over to Dahlia. Like, they have no clue what you just said. But just the air of, in like, lightheartedness around you. They, like, start sniffing on you. They're putting their nose, like, in your hand. Like,
That tickles. Wait, I think I know what you want. And I, like, start digging deep into my bag and into, into Dahlia's dimensional handbag. And I'm like looking for like the little pieces of mostly meats that I had like somewhere down at the bottom.
Like the 6-week-old danger noodle.
From like several weeks ago with no
and then
refrigeration.
Some handfuls of the danger noodle. I'm like, is it this? You want some? I made it.
Oh, they start they're snapping it up. They love it.
Does that handbag have some kind of food preservation properties? Because if not, that's probably like sludge by now.
It's jerky.
I don't know. But it felt fine. It's pretty solid.
Okay. Hopefully we haven't just poisoned all of the wolves that came to our aid.
The only ones eating it are the 3 younger ones.
Oh, so it's fine if they die.
Everyone,
Okay, cool.
everyone pick a wolf.
Like,
It's fine if they die.
I'm like,
Yeah.
even
Don't
though
worry.
they don't understand me,
They'll
I'm
make
like,
more. They'll make more.
Oh my
I'm
god.
like,
If they-
we're besties now. You're now my besties too.
Don't worry, Celeste. If they die, I'll just summon some wolves of my own and be like, "What? They're right here."
Would that work?
Oh.
I sort of squat down to wolf level and sort of hold my hand out to, you know, let them sniff and just see what wolf comes to me.
Squat down.
You know, rather than me
taller
choosing
than
a
you
wolf for
are.
sake. Excuse me, do you mind?
I'm quite not the only one.
Yeah. Cat's going nuts.
Chosen.
And I scoop up Dahlia and throw her on my back.
All right. So, yeah, everybody gets a wolf, and I'll let you describe what the wolf looks like that chose you. So it's like kind of your wolf.
Oh, cool.
And
Please.
I'll tell you the names. And because like, yeah, you can name them, but they do have their own names. But they're things like the main wolf, even though he hasn't introduced himself, his name is Moon Dancer.
Ooh,
So
funny.
they have names like that.
Okay. I think because Celeste is quite small and slight, I think a relatively small and slight wolf comes up to her. I think it's one of the white ones with mismatched eyes.
Ooh. Ooh.
I dig that. Okay. Anybody else want to just do their wolf now, or just hold off until like Discord?
I feel like Chosen would try and find a wolf that had like a kind of the black markings on its eyes, just like this. A wolf of fine taste, I see.
I see Jordan's like head spinning.
Yeah.
Of course.
It's like I can only wait to imagine what he's gonna do.
Love
Famous
it.
is my wolf. Always
Oh,
and
yeah.
forever.
Aw. And all the puppies
Aw.
now.
Joseph would be introducing the possums, be like, okay, so these aren't like immediate food, they're only emergency food, okay? You just gotta, just so you know.
The possums should ride on the smaller one. 'Cause there's 3 of them.
That's cute. I'm so excited for that.
The
That's the
possums
fan
are,
art I want to see.
yeah, the possums are straight up
On
backpacking on the wolves. Like,
You know, like when you see a mother possum with like all the little possums
Little
lined
baby
up on the
possums.
sides, like hanging on. Yeah, like that.
You see Chosen's wolf go by, and the possums are on it, but so is Chosen just sideways. He's learned their ways.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. I think Livy, because she is so large, even though she is coiled down to most of your guys' average height, she is a very large, like sea serpent snake creature. So I think she would look for a larger female wolf. And I like to imagine that it's kind of a deserty red sandy color.
awesome. I
Like
like
a-
that.
yeah.
So everybody gets a wolf. The wolves all gather together, and yeah, they're like, lead the way, Seamus.
I start hightailing it through the area to try to get ahead of that group, and because I think it's what they said they wanted to do, right? We gotta get ahead of the group. Yeah. So that was my goal.
Oh.
We lost Livy.
We lost Libby.
Livy says, bye.
Yeah, when we get ahead of them, I've got a theory that we can, if we condense enough potency, we could make something unstable that the second they touch it, it explodes.
We could, but what are the chances of harming the villagers?
Well, when they left, my assumption is that they would have had the villagers in the back, right? Because like, if you have a palancar, you're leading the you want to be on display. You wouldn't want a bunch of dirty, no offense, peasants leading the charge.
Dirty
That's true,
peasants.
but they're less likely to run away if they're in front of you. Like, if they're behind you, they can run away. Well, I don't know. Like,
I feel like there's got to be some sort of advanced guard.
mm,
Well, because when they went to leave, they had the 2 magic people up front do magic stuff.
Yeah.
So there's at least 2 strong casters, if not more, in the front. Maybe if we're lucky, we can get a peep at their formation as we go by.
actually, that's a good point. What is their marching order, Ray?
So they have 10 of the caster commander combo like directly in the front. Like they're all the way up front. And then there's probably 30 of the melee, all the villagers, the litter, more melee, and then the remaining caster commander combos.
Okay.
Maybe
So
we
we-
could split into teams.
Mhm.
We sabotage the front in hopefully a way that only gets the front line, and Seamus and the wolves pincer from behind once it's triggered.
I mean, I think that would be a waste of time. Honestly, I think we just need to get ahead of them. We could potentially pause to cast some mines, to put some mines on the road. I'm not against that, but if we pause to actually start a fight with them, we're going to be wasting time.
Yeah, but my worry is if we go straight to Rockham, or forget which R word it was. There's an R and a hard sound. If we go
Yeah.
straight there and we start battling the big bad, if they show up behind to reinforce, then we're caught off guard and in a bad position.
And surrounded.
That's
And there
that's
are
what I mean.
civilian human shields.
Did you say that you are going to Rockheim?
Is this one of the wolves?
Oh yeah, I guess only
Says
Seamus.
Moondancer.
I guess only Seamus heard that.
Was that a wolf? I missed it.
Like, yeah, it's Moondancer said that.
Oh, okay.
Like, as you all are riding towards Rockheim, trying to decide what to do,
Yes.
Moondancer is like,
Shadow?
Rockheim. Moonshadow, sorry. Rockheim
Yes,
has
that is
been overtaken by.
No, it cut out for
You
me.
cut out. Yeah, we heard Rockheim has been overtaken by.
I mean, I would assume it's the same people, but shake your head yes or no if it's the same dudes.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah.
it's the.
Same dudes. Okay.
all right.
So it sounds like we're already too late to stop the first part. So it feels like we got to take care of this problem first, then, yeah?
so a fight it is.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what kind of pack tactics you have, but we have lost many kin to these people as they are making their way through.
What's worked for you? Oh, wait, I can't hear them.
What would you say is the best course of action then?
I don't know if you can hear me because my internet is at 1 bar again.
Oh no.
Currently can
I
hear
can hear you
you.
this time.
At least for now, we can hear you.
He says, unfortunately, hiding and running has been our only saving grace. But there were some that came that smelled like that one, indicating towards Celeste and the other casters. They went to the city, and they were not there for more than a day when many of them made an escape. They looked very disheveled. We tracked them into the mountains.
So I relay this to the team.
Sounds like we have a new destination then.
Are they calling Celeste stinky? Celeste, you're not stinky.
I mean, we're
Oh,
in the
wonderful.
desert. I mean, I'm sure we're all a little ripe.
She.
So we just
I
came
can
from
smell-
the city. Celeste changed her clothes and she cleaned up. She smells fabulous.
Why are you smelling her?
Because they called her.
Uh,
I just wanted to make sure.
Had to verify.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Okay.
So it sounds like the what was the lead college person that went out's name? I've totally forgot.
Mother Dectropose. Her.
It sounds like the mother in charge lady, because I'll never remember that name. It sounds like they may have escaped, and it probably would be good to meet up with them. But on the way, we should at least leave a few presents for them, right?
Sure, we can do that.
I'll agree to not engaging
I
in a
agree.
suicide run.
Booby traps. That's the word. Booby traps.
Those are called braziers.
As long as As long as we
Thank
can
Jesus.
be sure that we set them in such a way that we're not damaging the villagers, I would be okay with that.
They're about 30 people deep. So I feel like let's see
I
what the
think
radius on
if
these
we,
runes
I think
is.
her worry is that if we set more than one, they'll just put the villagers in the front to trigger future traps.
Hmm.
So we probably should set one good booby trap.
Okay, I'm
Just
seeing.
try
I'm
and
looking.
take
I'm looking at the
out
runes the runes about a 2 square radius. So if we just do a strip peppered of like a couple of rows, this is. I'm just gonna say it out of character in my voice because it's a lot
Yeah.
easier.
Yeah.
If we do, I don't know, whatever a reasonable distance is, width and depth, then that 30-person front line could get taken out without sacrificing the villagers. And then they will probably slow down their march moving forward because they're going to expect more traps.
And hopefully
We
give the
don't be
villagers
there.
a chance to escape, at least a good chunk of the villagers a chance to escape.
Yeah.
They may not all make it out, but at least we're helping where we can.
Yeah, I'll say if you want to set up some booby traps and things like that, you're absolutely welcome to do that.
2 squares
And
is
the
what,
wolves
10
are
feet?
moving. The wolves are moving much faster than that army. There's just, even with magic, there's just too many of them. You all are just, Seamus speed. Your cheeks are like flapping in the air, like. "Ah!"
Yeah, if we got a view of their formation, we would know about how pace wise they are separated to kind of time how dense to put explosions.
Right.
Also, every now and again, I'm rejuvenating all the wolves as well.
Oh, sweet.
I have a thing that does healing, and it heals both health points and stamina. Both. So yeah, I'm just regularly doing that at intervals for the wolves.
I totally forgot I could do that until you said that.
Yeah,
I can do
it's
that
a
too.
reconstitution spell. It's really good. Yeah.
You all managed to accomplish this. The wolves continue leading the way into the mountains. I don't have the map pulled up right now, but I'll make sure to highlight it and show you all where you're at. But you are heading in, and as you're getting close, I will say that the wolf that Livy is on. Uno momento, por favor. Your wolf, Livy, is named Fire Tongue.
Fun name. I love that.
Very bright
She sounds
red
great.
fur. Passionate. Very, very passionate.
More passion.
Begins squinting and sniffing, and as she's running, puts her nose up. She's like, and you can kind of sense she's starting to get a little worried.
Where am I in the lineup of us running?
You tell me.
Well, okay. I think we're behind Seamus, but in front of Celeste. I don't know.
Sure.
Seamus! Okay. I'll just shout at Seamus as we're riding very loudly. Seamus! I don't know. Something's wrong! Slow down!
I start sniffing the area too to see if I can pick up on what it is that's wrong.
I forgot you were a wolf. I was just imagining in human form sniffing.
Yeah, in human form. with Dahlia on his back still, like
the Yoda backpack. Yeah,
that's exactly what I was thinking of.
If Seamus slows down enough, I think. Does she slow down behind Seamus, or can I kind of guide her to slow down too?
No, she starts to slow down, and Seamus, as you're sniffing, You do, like, you're smelling all the normal, like, nature stuff. Like, you're still, you're not a wolf. You haven't been raised as one, so it just smells like stuff. But you hear Firetongue say, "There is a battle ahead. Someone is fighting. I believe the ones that escaped the city are in trouble."
Ooh.
We need to go.
I try to get everybody's attention and prepare for a battle.
Oh, let's do this.
Yep. I stop rejuvenating the wolves so that I have maximum potency, regenerated by the time we get there.
All right, Possums, I'm counting on you.
You get to like kind of a more clear area of the mountains. Not necessarily like a plateau or anything, but it's just more clear here, but still surrounded by rocks and things. And before, because the wolves are weary, they're not the kind that want to just jump into danger. They kind of come around in a way that you can see what's happening first. And then you can make your decision on what to do. As you approach this area, you can see Mother Dectra and a few of the more wizened sisters are casting spells as best they can, and they are in combat with what appear to be heavily armored, like just your very iconic knights with like the full plate mail. Their faces are covered. But what is like super identifiable about them is they are wearing long cloaks that are pure white, and it is clasped to their armor with a burst, like a sunburst, made of gold.
Okay.
And they're like
do we
putting
recognize
shields
the
up. They're
symbology?
blocking spells. They're swinging at the sisters. They're deflecting the swords. Like, all hell is breaking loose. Ground is exploding everywhere. There's lightning. Like, it's just craziness.
What are the numbers like? Like out on Mother Dectra's side, how many of them are there? And on the other side as well. Like, what are the?
There's Mother Dectra and 3 sisters, so 4 in total.
Okay.
And then there are 6 of the knights.
Okay.
Chosen's just incoming dibs.
Are we coming from behind the knights or like from the side? From behind the knights?
I mean, I'll say behind, but they're kind of mixed in. Like, they're all jumbled together fighting.
Okay.
Not that it's going
And
to
you
change
do-
what we do, but the symbology. Do we recognize the symbology of the sunbursts and the white cloaks at all?
So they are another faction. I gotta pull up the faction list to tell you exactly what their name is, which I don't have on me at the moment.
That's
But
okay,
they
we'll
are
do that
another-
later with-
Yeah, they are another faction. You've seen them before. Seamus, these people are. You had a drink with some of them
Oh,
back in
okay.
Aluin.
Uh-oh.
Not these particular people, but they were wearing the same clothing.
Yeah, I
Ah.
got you.
You do see there are some Magister Ori that are lying dead.
Oh.
Wolfpack, stay back if you must. We're going in for the fight.
I like
I
how.
howl and turn back into Seamus person.
With Dahlia still on your back.
Just right in with Dahlia, yeah.
Just like I come up and she's holding onto my neck.
Yeah, I love that. I love it. The imagery.
Uppies, like put me like sitting on your shoulder.
You just transform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dahlia's
And then-
like,
And then as you run in, I'm up top.
Okay, fantastic.
All right.
The wolves do back off, but they're like, if you If you begin losing, we will assist.
Thank you.
I'll call down Seamus and I'll give the little ones a big hug first before we run in.
They do that whole
Yeah.
like head on the shoulder, eyes closed, like
Aw.
Can Chosen ask his wolf a favor?
sure.
Okay, if I got on... Do you think you could run me up to one of the knights and just stop really fast so I go flying into them?
Ooh.
Can you launch me?
That's cool.
These
That's
folks
cool.
don't understand
Smart.
you.
I feel like he and I have a bond of awesomeness.
Because of our pre-stream conversation, I so thought you were going to say bond of autism. I don't know why. That's just what my brain also feels. I'm like, what?
This wolf is also very good at reading social cues.
You both say on the same thing. It's like, same special interest.
He and I keep interrupting each other mid-sentence because we aren't sure when we're supposed to talk.
So your wolf is named River Cry, and
Oh gosh.
definitely senses the awesome. Does not understand a word you said, but understands simple hand gestures.
You stop, me fly.
Me, Tarzan. You
Yeah.
change.
Wait, full circle. We came back around. It's Call of Cthulhu all over again.
Oh no.
Yep.
Lydia, Bessie.
Bojangles. Yep.
All right. So Dahlia is still using Seamus as a mount, yeah? Or did you said you got down?
I got down and hugged him, but then I climbed back up, Seamus.
So
You're never
I'm
gonna
going to
get
say
down.
that with the combat that's happening and everything going on, you all get a surprise attack.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Can I pop my contact lenses in?
Ooh.
I was like, sure. But then I was like, oh, yeah.
One.
Clear,
Yeah.
dry eyes.
You can do that as...
I want to
I'll-
get very spooky.
I'll do that as like a free action kind of thing. Yeah,
All
you
right.
can pop those in. You get your wispy black terror eyes going on.
I just want to see those streams of potency and power and everything.
Oh yeah.
And
Oh yeah. Now,
I'm gonna tell my
That-
possums. Oh, sorry.
so that is one thing that I needed to bring up because it was something that I had forgotten about. I kind of sort of talked about it in Discord, but this is important for our viewers to know too. So people who do not have the ability, like you did not choose, because everybody gets potency. That's part of every living creature has it. But you don't have to cast spells. That's not a requirement. So anybody who cannot cast spells cannot see spells being cast, only the effects of them after they're cast, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So Celeste can see all of the weaves and like spells like being cast and going around their bodies and stuff. Livy, with your contacts, you also can see them. Chosen, you have minimal spell casting, you can see it. Seamus, you can now see it because of your spell cast. Anyway, what all of you
Dahlia
notice,
sees nothing.
Dahlia just sees people doing basically Tai Chi. That's kind of what's going on. But what all of you see is that, much like before, back at Aluin, the sisters and Mother Dectra are using that black spellcasting energy.
Uh-oh.
It is intertwined with the white energy.
Okay. Okay.
So with that being said, we can roll for initiative and you can tell me what your surprise action is.
Yay!
Okay.
As we're rolling for initiative, I will whisper into Seamus's ear. This is the only time I'm a princess. I'm a passenger princess.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
I get to
Talia
pick the
is not also a
music.
pillow princess.
Did I?
Dolly's like, turn up my jam.
Is it just a straight D100 roll for initiative? I forget.
Seamus, I need you
Yeah.
to play Jock Jams 2004.
Yes.
Chosen's really doing this.
Because it's all hits. Put my hands up, playing my song.
Oh, I can put it there, can I?
Here's your chance. Do your dance. It's a space jam.
Oh, Jesus.
Everybody, come on!
Ooh, Chosen rolled well. Nice.
Yeah.
No, Chosen rolled a 7. He just added 90 to it.
No, that was earlier. I was gonna do a potency
Oh, that was
check
earlier?
before, but it didn't need. It wasn't needed. I rolled again for initiative with no bonus.
Oh, okay. I just looked at that wrong.
So Chosen's on a 73.
Chosen's torpedoing
Celeste is on
himself.
a 55. Seamus is on a 56. Libby is on 39. And Dahlia.
Oh no,
With a-
Dahlia.
I mean, she is on top of him. Reasonably, he's gonna go before her.
Honestly, we just blame Seamus because he picked too good of a song, and so Dahlia's a little distracted with like
Yeah.
She's-
singing.
Yeah.
Dahlia's up there. I put my hands up to play my song.
While Seamus is like swinging his axe, like you got Dahlia up there, like woo!
A little bit riding one of those mechanical bulls. That's kind of
Yeah.
or like a real bull, I guess.
I love that. Well, first up is Chosen.
Okay, so as he's going in for his wolf torpedo yeet attack, he lets
All the phases to work.
He lets the possums know when we land, you need to smother their faces. Because they're all knights with helmets on, so they have poor visibility.
That's
Right.
damn smart.
Daddy needs you to blind them.
Of all the things you never want to hear somebody say.
Yep.
Shh, it's okay. Alright, I guess I'm going to start rolling attacks.
All
Oh,
right.
okay. Hold on, I'm going to pay 20 to re-roll the first one. Because that was bad. How's 77?
That'll hit.
Okay, I'll take that. Badoop. Oh, badoop. Badoop. Wait, how many badoops was that? 1, 2, 3,
Badoop,
and
badoop.
then one more. Okay, the 108 is definitely going to hit. 74.
Yeah, you just need to get above 65.
Okay, so then I've got 3 hits at my number 43, so 129 damage to Mr. Knight. As I just, I think the first hit just goes almost Supermaning at him with the sword as the wolf stops. And then, of course, trying to as he lands, spin around and catch his bearing. Obviously, there's a couple of misses, but that's okay. And then the possums are sent to do their business.
The possum. So yeah, you take that knight out with ease. Your slashing attacks and like the surprise of being projectiled, like work amazingly.
So then, to the possums, he'll just the next closest one. Go, my children.
The 2 of the possums managed to blind 2 of the knights. One of them grabs onto the back of the helmet.
Terrence,
Probably Cheadle.
get it together.
So that
For the
brings
eyes.
us to Seamus.
So Seamus is going to put 30 stamina into his attack to make it a heavy attack.
Yep.
I take this one. Plus 80. It's 84. Plus, I have something else here. Plus 24. 84 plus 24. 108.
That is a hit for sure.
Ooh, I do 20 more damage with that too, so it's 66 points of damage to the knight.
Jeez. Was that a crit? What did you roll on your 100?
I rolled a 56.
Oh, okay.
Or 54, sorry.
Okay.
And I added the stamina plus my weapon attack.
So 66 is enough to bring the second knight down.
Wow, then I won't worry about the 5% chance to cut its head off or whatever.
I mean, you should though, because that would be
cool.
awesome.
Mm.
No, I rolled a 73. So
Oh well.
I'm taking I have an extra attack. I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Pumping another 30 into this and doing another heavy attack. Ooh, that's not good. Oh, that's 53. Plus 24. 70. It's 80.
That's a hit.
Okay. Then that's 66 damage to that one as well.
All right. That one. So number 1, number 2, and would that be to one of the ones that's blinded or to the last one that's not blinded?
Just double checking something real quick. When you do the heavy attack, is it double the damage or is it just regular damage plus?
Double.
So the first one would have been 66, 62, 60,
Oh, yeah. So that's like 132.
132, 66.
Ow.
Yeah, so that's the same thing.
Jesus. Yeah.
The one that wasn't blind, by the way.
Okay. So that's number 5. All right. You like lop that guy in half. The only 2 that are left are the ones that are blinded.
Okay.
And that brings us to was that all of your attacks, Seamus?
That's all my attacks, yeah.
Okay, that brings us to Celeste.
Okay. First hand attack, I'm going to pump 100 potency into this
Ooh.
and try to shoot a bolt of lightning directly at one of the 2 remaining ones. So that's a total of 168.
Yeah, that's a hit.
Okay, so the damage on that is then going by the new thing. It's 168 plus. That's storm. Oh, so it's only 176.
Only.
Just a wee
100
little.
Yeah,
I like that.
176 damage on that one.
Yeah.
Celeste is going in hard. She's going in hard.
And yeah. So it like this guy gets paralyzed for a second as he like just convulses from the electricity pouring through his body and falls to the ground like smoke and steam coming out of the armor. Like you pretty much cooked him.
You see
Beautiful.
Cheetle get off of him, but his fur's all poofed.
Poor Cheetle.
He's touching the static ball thing.
Yeah, it's got like the little Jacob's ladder bolts coming up some of the fur.
Yeah. Oh, poor Cheetle. Second hand attack. I'm going to do the exact same thing mechanically with another 100 potency, but flavor wise, I'd like to have it so that the initial lightning bolt hits the first knight and then sparks off to the second.
Oh wow.
Okay, so that's putting that second lot of 100 potency in for a total of 172 to hit.
Think it hits.
So the amount of damage on that is 180, I think. Plus 8. Yeah, 180.
Jesus.
I'm starting to think we could have taken that army.
So I'm burning through my potency real fast. Like I'm only going to last like 3 or 4 rounds at this rate because I'm burning through the potency real fast. So
Well, the good news is, golly, the good news is that one dies. And there is only one left. The unfortunate part is the one that's left is like the general captain.
Okay.
So
Nope. Sure.
bit higher up the food chain. And yeah, that brings us to Livy.
Let me just make that
got this, Vivi.
Okay, so I just want to start by reminding everyone that today is May 4th. So I'm going to use my unarmed prowess to take my long serpent-like tail and wrap it around the legs of the general and try to knock him down. All a certain space giant robot style.
Yeah.
I mean, he is already blinded, so how's he going to defend? That's all I'm saying.
So I am adding the 15 from the unarmed prowess, and then let's just make it 65. We'll just add a 50 of, wait, is that math right? Yes. We'll just add 50 of my own, and we'll get 125.
Holy crap.
Yes.
So that's what I did.
All right. Yeah, he falls to the ground. And you hear like,
And let me see. Let me look back at the little book here. I get, where is it at? Blah, 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 blah. Nope, I don't know what that means. Never mind. I just hope that hurt.
definitely,
hope it hurt.
definitely did. Dahlia.
So I guess I'll try to attack him. If I get an advantage, Livy has him fallen to the floor.
You'll get a plus 10.
Good.
Okay. That means
Punch him in the face. Oh yeah, that's it.
Okay.
That's probably a crit, actually, right? A 96 natural?
No, that's to hit. Oh, is that what you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So for your what did you roll on your D100?
96.
6.
So yeah, that'd be a crit.
Okay. Now my other question is I can spend 40 stamina for an extra attack. Do I have to roll for the extra attack, or does that count this whole roll together?
No, you have to roll again.
Okay.
Do
I
it.
want to go ahead and roll, and that might be.
Good. Give in to your anger.
Oh, 65.
Dwarf plague is the wise.
It was what, Dahlia?
65.
65? Unfortunately, that is not enough to get through his armor.
So, so I'll pounce on the guy from Seamus's shoulder. I'll jump off of Seamus's shoulder and I'll like jump right on him. And I'll punch his face with my fist. So that's supposed to give me. Oh, and I'm going to use 10 potency. So, 41.
Ooh.
That is a good hit. It definitely sends him reeling. Well, he's already on the ground. So you kind of like punch him so hard that his head hits the back of his helmet and like bonks off the ground. It's like, you clearly broke his nose.
Oh, hi, baby. No. Animal Scream Day.
and then
Oh, I don't know if I need to let you know that. So it's 21 regular damage, but it's 20 lightning damage.
oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, on top of breaking his nose, you electrify his face.
Like
Is it
tasered!
a metal helmet too, right?
Ooh.
Ooh. Cooked.
Mm.
All right. So then that is comes around to his turn. Oh. So he goes for the last thing that he knows is going down. He can't take all of you, plus the sisters, plus Mother Dectra. He knows he's going down. So in his last desperate attempt at doing his mission, he reaches up and you see like one of those super cheesy little like mini crossbows kind of pop out of his wrist, like his
What?
bracers.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And he straight up shoots Mother Dectra right in the throat.
Oh.
Is there any possible way to bodyguard try and jump in the way of that?
Nope. It's a plot shot.
Okay.
Oh.
This is the opposite of
And,
plot armor.
Yeah. Mother Dectra just like kind of goes eyes wide and falls backwards. And that brings us back to Chosen.
Celeste screams.
Chosen is gonna go in for the attack because the guy's still a threat, but over his shoulder, don't pull it out, whatever you do. It just makes it worse. He's been hit with an arrow before, he knows.
Well, I mean, it was to the knee, but you know, whatever.
I used to be an adventurer like you.
I'm amazed he's still adventuring.
Yeah.
And 6. So I'm gonna re-roll one of them. The lowest of all of them is 79.
Oh dear Lord. Yeah, like you don't even have to. You destroy this person.
I'd like to make him a pincushion, please.
He did not even have. He did not even have that much health left. So you butcher this captain or this general.
I run screaming over to Mother Dectra and put my hands on her chest and pump every last bit of potency I have into her to attempt to heal her.
When you put your hands on her to go to heal,
Pretty cold.
he reaches up, grabs one of your hands to get you to stop, and puts something into your hand with her other hand. And that's where we're going to end the episode for this evening.
I had a feeling.
Ray, why?
Emotional damage.
I like it. Thank you all very much for joining us this evening, and thank you to this amazing group of creatives for joining me tonight. You all were so awesome. I really enjoy this campaign with you. Things are going absolutely sideways in such a wonderful way. I love it so much. It's so good. But thank you all for joining us. Make sure that you tune in tomorrow right here on Shattered Tabletop Gaming for Glimmering Pines, where you can watch myself, Mike, and Tofu all be super crazy magical kids at Magical Summer Camp doing just crazy things. Thank you all very much. We will see you next time. Bye!
Bye.
Bye.
Is it time for the credits? Hey, thanks for watching. We hope you keep the chaos coming here at Shattered Tabletop Gaming. Hey, thanks for watching. We hope you keep the chaos coming here is a second home. Hang with us and you'll never be alone. Hey, thanks for watching. We hope you keep the chaos coming here at Shattered Tabletop Gaming.